So welcome. All about functions today. So we're going to be defining function. A function is a relationship between two elements where each element of the first set, which is called your domain, has a corresponding element in the second set, which is called your range. Now what that is saying is that each of this has a one-to-one relation for it to be a function. Now all functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. Now, what we're going to be doing today is going to be identifying a few functions. Now, when we identify a function, the first thing is that functions are written using these f of x, g of x, z of x, whatever. They use their represent. Once you see this, we know that we're talking about a function. So what are we going to do is that we're going to identify what this function is. Now, that just simply means that whatever you did for your domain to get your range. So if you notice, we had 1, 2, 3 in our domain, and we had 3, 4, and 5 in our range. So what we did for one element here to get here must be the same that we do for the 2 and the 3. What do I mean by that? So say from 1 to 3, that means that I increased this by 2. I added 2 here. What is it that what I did in all of them? I said 2 plus 2, I get 4, and 3 plus 2, I got 5. So we can see that by adding 2, that satisfies all 3 conditions. So the function for this would be x. Because these, your domain, are your x values. So to x, what I did is that I add 2. So I write this function as g of x is equals to x plus 2. It means for the values of x, which is in your domain, all I had to do was to add 2. All right, let's look at this other one here. So we have f of x. So we already know that these are one-to-one relationships where each element only has one corresponding partner. So what did I do to our domain over here that gave us our range? So I have 0, 1, 2. So I have 0 to 0, 1 to 6, and 2 to 12. So 0 to 0, that doesn't say much. 1 to 6, that means I added 5. But then if I add 5 to 2, I'm going to get 7. So that would not be suffice. So let's try something else. Let's try say that if we did multiplication. So you can say 0 and 6, that is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. 1 and 6 gives me 6. And 2 and 6. So what we did was multiply everything by 6, and that gave us the categories or the range that's over here. So this function is going to be 6, which is multiplied by x. So we're getting the hang of it. So let's look at this now. So we have 3 to 7, 5 to 9, and 6 to 11. So we have 4 to 7. That means I would have added 3. But 5 to 9, if I add 5, 3 to 5, that was not going to give us 9. And adding 3 to 6 does not give me 11. So then we have to think about something else. All right, what else can we say? Well, 4 times nothing is going to give me 7. So let's try doubling this. So if I double this, so we can say that 2 times 4, that is 8. So that's not going to work. That's not going to work. So what did we do? What kind of function is this going to be? Oh, look at, okay. So we can say that 2 times 4 gives us 8. And if I minus 1, I get 7. Okay, that's satisfied for that. 2 times 5 gives me 10, and I subtract 1, that gives me 9. Okay, that is working. And 2 times 6 is 12, and I minus 1, and we get 11. So we can say for this one is that we double the value of x, and then we subtract 1. This last one here is just a simple multiplication. So this is just, we're saying that the value of x that I have, I squared it for this one here. So I said 1 squared is 1, 2 squared is 4, and 3 squared is 9. So there you go, looking at identifying functions. Boom.